you've had the chance to support bands such as Bon Jovi, Maroon 5 and Calling. Are there any other artists you'd like to work with or have support you? And that's from Laura from Wrexham.
Laura from Wrexham wants to know whether we have any ambition to support a certain band that we like, and how it was to support the bands we did support, which was Maroon 5, Simple Minds and Bon Jovi, as well as the Calling. Well, I think the reason why we are supporting bands like Simple Minds and Bon Jovi was because they sold out the venue, and we couldn't at that time, so we kind of had the audience and were able to play our songs and tell the people what we had to tell. So that was right. I don't really have the ambition to support another band. I would rather sell that venue out myself. So I don't have any at this moment. Would you like to play with somebody?
Well, you know, you got like two kinds of support. We support it like in two ways, I guess. One where it's really useful for yourself, and one where it's like really an honor to open up for that act. You know, and a long time ago there was a band called the Simple Minds, and they were very famous. You know, and then they asked us like 2 years ago to be their opening act, and we were quite honored. You know, and I guess if Prince asked us, you know, or you know, there's like, but it's not for the sake of you know, that it's be very useful for ourselves. You know, but the Calling and Maroon 5, and especially Maroon 5, they were really, you know, first of all, they're really nice guys, Calling too, but that connection that we make with Maroon 5 and the audience was really great. So, can be very useful.
Cool. Okay. Right, this is one more question from Pedro from Chessington.
Pedro.
It's quite funny, isn't it?
From Chessington.
Chessington.
Okay.
Okay. And he says, for someone who has never had the Kane experience, how would you describe your approach to your live shows, and what do you want to achieve in the music world and be successful in life?
Well, Pedro from Chessington, was that right? Right, good. Hi, Pedro. I think if you come and see one of our shows, and the shows are quite intense, you know, because basically what we do is we tell you a story, we ask you to listen to what we have to say. So we actually do care that you're in the venue, you know. We're not a kind of band that just gets up on the stage and basically says, fuck you, I don't care that you're there, you know. We just want to ask you what you think of it, and hopefully you're going to give us energy back. So we're going to ask you to give your story back to us in an energy flow kind of way. And that makes it, sometimes makes it like very intense. And I think that Kane right now is a better live band than a studio recording band, I guess. And now we're gonna like start the preparations for another album. Hopefully we're gonna twist that around, because obviously we've been playing for 3.5 years now, and it makes you, you know, in this particular case, I dare to say that we're quite good live. So I dare you to come out to see us. And, Pedro.
There is a lot of energy involved. I really like it when I go see a band. Then probably if you heard the album, maybe you haven't heard the album, but you're up for you're really expecting something to happen on stage. I mean, if I see a bunch of guys standing and being really into themselves and really like whoa, maybe they play really good, but I really like to see a performance happening, and we're really working on that. And we had the opportunity to play a lot of shows in Holland and elsewhere to practice that. So now we're in the UK, and I'm